studying writing. So if you're joining us from Discord, please go to the Twitch link that I've provided. If you're joining us from YouTube, you're good. And if you're on Discord, say hi. Hi guys, are you here ready? Haha, right. Sounds good. And we're live! Well, welcome to English Palette. Thanks so much for making it today. I'm your friendly neighborhood English teacher, Bill Gates. Jack. If this is your first time, thank you so much for joining us. And make sure to follow the channel. And if you're on YouTube, subscribe. And this way, you are going to get notified every time that we go online. So, is everyone excited? How excited are you? Who is with us today? I'm just looking at the list here. Say hello, guys. Hey, say hello. Unmute your mic and say hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
And how are you today?
Yeah, what's up?
All is well. All is well. How are you feeling? This is how I'm feeling today.
Wow! I feel good. I'm feeling scared.
Very good. Wow.
I'm back. What did I miss?
Oh, what did you miss? We just started. We're just looking at the room filling in full of people. That's great. So today, guys, I think it's going to be an exciting and a useful lesson for you because we'll be talking about writing clearly. Writing clearly. So are you ready?
Is it TOEFL writing?
Well, it's interactive writing, but at the same time, it's not only for writing because they're all overlapping. If you're talking about writing, well, then we're talking about it, right? So I will be asking you some questions, so it's all good. The emphasis is writing today, but that doesn't mean that every time we're talking about writing. Yes, very good. So who is excited here?
Let's go.
I'm so excited.
Okay, that's good. Very good. All right. Well, listen, first question, because I asked you to submit some paragraphs, and I thank you so much for doing that. And you can do that on my page, which is right here. And some people have done that. So thank you so much for doing that. And today I'm going to pick up some of the paragraphs that you submitted and I'll give you some feedback. And by the way, if you're joining us just now, please go over to Twitch or to YouTube because this lesson is live streamed. So you need to be looking at the screen. All right. Okay.
You look nice.
Oh, thank you very much. For you. Okay. So here we go, guys. So first question that I have for you is, what is a good paragraph? Because today's title is Making Good Paragraphs Better, right? Making great paragraphs better. So what do you guys think? What is a good paragraph? Any thoughts?
Yes. A good paragraph is a paragraph that has around 3 to 5 sentences. And those sentences should not be complex. They could be like of 8 words long, but not that much, not that many. And so the paragraph must be succinct, and those paragraphs must have a distinct idea, a point of view.
Very good. I think you mentioned a lot of good points. And by the way, I think I just want some music in the background to make it more exciting, guys. So let's try that. Yeah, so you mentioned a lot of good points. First of all, you said that it has to be a specific length. That's one thing that I would maybe not try to give you a rule about that, because some paragraphs, depending on the context, are longer. So for example, even 7, 8, or even 10 sentences, right? If it's academic writing. But you're right, maybe around 5 sentences is a good goal to shoot for. And you also mentioned something about a specific theme, one theme, right? That's so important. That's so important. Yeah, excellent. Anybody else wants to add to that? What is a good paragraph? Anybody? Bell?
A good
paragraph. Yes.
A good paragraph should be coherent.
Coherent. That's good. That's a good word. Coherent. Thank you so much. That was awesome. Yeah, coherent means that the logical ideas are linked together, right? So we have, you're talking about one topic, you're not jumping from one topic to another topic, and so on. So that's great, guys. So that's what a good paragraph is. Today, I will try something new. I have, oh, by the way, if you are in the chat, say hello. Say hello in the chat. I'm looking at my Twitch chat. Hi there.
Sorry, can I ask a question?
Sure. Yes, what's your question?
So how can I find the Twitch channel?
Sorry, could you repeat that? How can you find what?
The Twitch channel. How can I watch it?
Oh, okay.
The link.
The Twitch channel. Okay, we are right here in classes chat. So it's posted right here in a classes chat. Okay. Classes chat. Let me tag you. All right. You should be able to find it there. Thank you so much. That's awesome. So say hi in the chat if you're there. We are going to try something new today, which is a whiteboard. Yes, what is a teacher? Every teacher needs a whiteboard. So here we go. This is going to be our virtual whiteboard. So thank you again so much for submitting these paragraphs. And I'm just going to take a look at them one by one. And also I will ask you for some feedback, and then I will provide my feedback as well. All right, so let's move on to our paragraph number 1. Thank you so much for submitting it. Maybe we can zoom in a little bit. That's maybe too much. Yeah, that's too much. Awesome, thank you. So remember, guys, the topic today is happiness. Happiness, right? I think everybody knows what happiness is, or maybe at least knows when you feel happy. So that's why I chose this topic, because I think everyone is an expert. And remember, when you are writing, you are supposed to be an expert. Okay, so you tell the reader what you know. Okay, so don't be shy about it. When you're writing, you write confidently. All right, here we go, guys. Let's look at our first paragraph. It says, in my opinion, happiness is a complex thing to describe. Interesting. Because there is not any common definition when it comes to happiness. Every individual will give you different answers if you ask them. Some people might say happiness is the emotion they feel when they are around their family or friends. On the other hand, some people might say you will achieve happiness when you have enough money. Personally, my thoughts about being happy is being healthy, both mentally and physically, but to be honest, I would be utterly happy if I were rich and healthy. Okay. I am not the correct person to give advice about how to be happy. but I believe taking care of yourself and having a rest when you need it could be helpful in order to cheer you up. Very good. Hey, I like that. Thank you so much for that paragraph. All right. So I think that this paragraph is actually very good because I feel a connection with the writer. Okay, the writer is very honest, and I feel a connection. Like, wow, they are really telling me honestly what they think. Okay, it is not pretending. It's not pretending. It's honest writing. So let's take a look at it, guys. Did you count the sentences? How many sentences are here? How many sentences are here? Because I asked everyone to try to do it within 7 sentences. Let's try that. Is anybody counting? Let's see.
Around 10.
Around 10. Okay, so a little bit too long. Let's just count it actually, because I don't want to be incorrect. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 sentences. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. Paraluman, thank you so much for that answer. Yes, it is 9. Well, then it's a little bit too long. So let's see what we can do about it. Let's try and massage it. Massage it, right?
All right. Yeah, I could try.
Yeah. What do you mean? What would you like to do? You want to give some feedback?
I can fix some sentences. Yes. So we could, make that paragraph, smaller in terms of sentences because you see the second sentence.
Yes.
It has because, and we cannot start the sentence with that, with that word.
Interesting.
Because because we could just merge those 2 first sentences, right? So this could fix it, right?
I see. Yeah, that's a very good suggestion. So if you want to reduce the number of sentences, you might want to combine complex and compound sentences with simple sentences. For example, simple sentence is I am Jack, right? So you don't want all your sentences to be simple. You want to combine compound sentences with simple sentences and complex sentences with simple sentences. So here, let's see. First of all, I think the most important thing is that it has to have a good topic. So let's see, is there a topic sentence, right? Each paragraph needs to have a topic sentence. I think this is a very good topic sentence because we have the word happiness right here, right? So what you want to do is you want to actually put the word that the title of your paragraph, the title of your paragraph right into there, into your topic sentence. And there is a controlling idea. Controlling idea is what about it, right? What about the topic? The topic is happiness, but what about it? Well, I'm going to write that it's a difficult thing to describe, a complex thing to describe. Sure, you could just put a comma here and then just make it because there is not any common definition when it comes to happiness. Okay, that's good.
We could just put a semicolon instead of because,
No, actually, I would not do that. You know why? I'll tell you why. Let me just get rid of this.
Sure.
How do I get rid of this? Okay. We don't want to put a semicolon in because a semicolon divides sentences that are independent clauses. Okay, it divides independent clauses. But this one, the second sentence, is a dependent clause because it has that because, right? So we cannot do that. So not a semicolon here.
Oh, okay.
You could link 2 sentences which are related in meaning with a semicolon, but let's just make it into 1 sentence, right? Okay.
But how about colon?
Yes. So colon, which means a comma.
Yeah.
Comma. Yeah, a comma. Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I just want to put a colon.
Colon? No, I wouldn't put a colon there. Colon is used for introducing a list of things or for an explanation Yeah, I wouldn't put a colon there. Yeah, just a regular comma.
I mean, yeah, it would just explain, you know, the first sentence, right?
No, it's just stylistically doesn't
In my
work.
humble opinion.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to go through this and I'll kind of give you some feedback. Here we go. So then there's explanation, right? Every individual will give you different answers if you ask them. Now, this is something that I encourage my students not to use too much, okay? So don't try to use personal pronoun too much, okay? How can we avoid doing that? Well, if you're gearing towards writing academically, like academic English, you don't want to use the words you, because it gives this feeling of informality. So instead, you can just say something like, every individual might provide different answers to the question, what is happiness? Okay? So instead of you, try to avoid saying you. All right? So instead, keep the topic of happiness in the subject position. So subject is happiness, or in this case, every individual. Every individual will provide different answers to the question, what is happiness? So some people might say happiness is the emotion they feel when they... Okay, something's wrong here, guys. What's wrong here? Some people might say happiness is the emotion they feel when they are around their family or friends.
They're around.
What happens is we need a verb here, right?
Yes.
Okay, when they are around their family or friends. Okay, no problem. Okay, yeah, I'm not saying whose paragraph it is. It's especially anonymous, okay? But it's okay, great.
Yeah, I'm not an author, so.
Oh, okay, very good. On the other hand, some people, okay, now phrases like on the other hand, when they are introducing a sentence, they need to be followed by a comma, okay? So on the other hand, some people, okay, notice you have some people here, and you also have some people here. So let's not repeat the same kind of phrases too much. So how would you rephrase this? Some people might say happiness is this. On the other hand, comma.
Opponents.
Not opponents, because it's not an argument. Okay, opponents would be people who are disagreeing. But here, I think what it is
certain individuals.
Or I would just, simplify it. I would just say others. Others. Okay?
Yeah, could work. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So on the other hand, others may say you will achieve happiness when you have enough money. Okay, again, notice another you is creeping in here. So we could change this to, on the other hand, others feel that happiness is having enough money. Okay? So instead of using you so much, change it to a gerund. Say having enough money. According to others, happiness is having enough money. But it's a very good example. I like that. It works in this paragraph. Next sentence. Personally, my thoughts about being happy. Okay, several problems here, guys. First of all, comma, yes, personally. Personally, you need to have a comma. And then, my thoughts. Notice what's here.
Not about, but I think on.
Okay, here we have thoughts. It's just plural, right? Plural. So in that case, what we need is my thoughts.
Subject-verb agreement, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Subject-verb agreement. So I would say personally, and instead of my thoughts about being happy, I would bring happiness into the subject position. Okay, again. Because in English, when you're writing about a topic, you always want to have the topic in the very beginning of the sentence. Or not always, but very often. Because in English language, the beginning of the sentence is the focal point. So we would say, personally, happiness or being happy is being healthy both mentally and physically. Okay, so I would just say, instead of my thoughts about being happy, I would just say being happy means being healthy, comma, both mentally and physically. Spelling here, physically, okay? Very good.
Teacher, I'm sorry.
Yes. Do you have a question?
Yes. So I came like late. Can you explain what we do now?
Okay, so if you're just joining us, we are live on Twitch and we are live on YouTube, and we are basically looking at your paragraphs. Some of the users here on this server have submitted their paragraphs for us, and we are looking at the paragraphs about happiness. So please look at the link in the classes chat. And
Okay.
all right.
Okay.
Oh, very good. Yes. Okay, moving on.
Join the English Hub. Is that?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Very good.
Yes. Thank you.
It says, but to be honest, I would be utterly happy if I were rich and healthy. Okay. I usually caution students against writing such phrases because when you are writing, I suspect that you are honest, okay? Please don't write something if you're not being honest, okay? So, such phrases are very useful for conversation and informal speaking, or, to be honest, okay? But in writing, let's try to be more formal, and this way, try to avoid such phrases. Another thing I think is the but, to be honest. But indicates a difference of opinion. I mean, another point of view, right? But here, this sentence explains the previous sentence. So it's not a but. It's just giving more details about, for me personally, right? Being happy means being wealthy, healthy. So healthy is here, and rich, okay? So this person says...
Can we put however instead of but, to be honest?
Then you still keep this idea of I'm going to say something different. Here, what the writer is doing is combining both points of view. You see, for some people, being happy is when you have money, and others when it's rich. But for them, it is the health and... So we're not talking about things that are very different, okay? We're talking about similar things. So I wouldn't put however there. However is just a synonym for but. So I would just say, just start with I. I would be utterly happy if I were rich and healthy. Simplified. And this is the sentence, the next sentence, sort of breaks the unity. Look at that. It says, I am not the correct person to give advice about how to be happy. Okay, I think that this sentence may not be needed. Do you guys agree?
Yes.
Because it makes me feel like I don't have enough confidence in this writer. I think that everyone can be asked about happiness. So if you are writing, you are the correct person to give advice about how to be happy. Don't worry about it, okay? And this way you could also reduce the number of sentences because this is not really needed. So this is the last sentence now. And this sentence is just a restatement, right, of the previous sentence. So I would just say something like in other words, comma, I believe taking care of yourself, which is a paraphrase of being healthy, right? And having a rest when you need it, okay? Could be helpful in order to cheer you up, okay? Okay, I think that this one, cheer you up, could actually be turned into happiness. Why? Because remember, the topic is happiness, and maybe you want to mention the topic again just before you finish your paragraph. So I would say yes. In other words, I believe taking care of yourself and having a rest when you need it could be helpful in order to feel happy. Very good. Overall, I think it's a great paragraph. I hope this is useful, guys. Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions about this paragraph? I think this is very good. Who here agrees? Who thinks that this is a good recipe for happiness? Taking care of yourself and having a rest. Yeah? Okay, very good. Excellent.
I do.
You do too? Okay. Later, I'll ask you about your opinion about what happiness is. That's great. Thank you. So again, thank you so much for submitting this paragraph. I think you did very, very well. And by the way, any comments that I make are just to make it better. Remember, the topic today is good paragraphs or making good paragraphs better. So that's what we're doing. Thank you. All right, and now we're going to paragraph 2. All right, let's zoom in. Wow. This is well written. Very good, very good. Well written paragraph. So,
Yo, guys.
yeah. Hello, Jack. Another Jack.
Hello, how's it going?
I'm Jack and you're Jack. If you're joining us just now on Twitch or on Discord, well, we are live both places. You need to go to Discord to see the whiteboard that I'm working on. And please follow the channel so that you're always notified when I go live. We're just looking at your submissions to the topic of what is happiness? Paragraphs on happiness. So this is a great paragraph I'm looking at. Thank you again for submitting it. And if you're excited as much as I am, then let's go. Let's go, guys.
Let's go.
Let's go. The first sentence. Do you want to know more about happiness? If yes, this paragraph is for you. Happiness is a feeling wherein we experience a sense of pleasure, fulfillment, and other positive emotions. Scientifically, serotonin, aka the feel-good hormone, is a neurotransmitter mainly linked to our happiness. Wow, very nice. Furthermore, whenever we get good sleep, have excellent self-esteem, eat something we are craving for, or are generally in a good mood, our serotonin level is good, and so is our happiness. Great. We all have the ability to control our emotions, and with enough effort, we may develop lifelong habits that will lead to a more satisfying and rewarding existence. Wow! Very good. Okay, my job is done. My job is done.
Well, you're very good, Gareth.
Well, not quite, not quite. I mean, what I can do is provide feedback to make this very good paragraph a little better, okay? Even better. First of all, let's analyze it. In terms of sentences, I think this is the right amount of sentences. We don't need more and we don't need less. This is good. What is happening here is, look, the writer is obviously very proficient because he or she started with a hook. This is called a hook. Hook, guys. Do you like fishing? When you go fishing, you need to have a hook. Okay? So some, yeah, I don't know what happens. This tablet. Okay, when you want a when you start a paragraph, sometimes it's a good idea to start it with a hook. The purpose of the hook is to draw the attention of the reader, right? You want to pull them in. So one of such technique is asking a question. So, do you want to know more about happiness? If yes, this paragraph is for you. Personal connection, I'm interested in reading this, okay? Very good. Another type of a hook is maybe a quotation. You could use a quotation, or you could use something shocking. Like you could use a statistic. You could say 75% of Americans don't feel happy. Okay? Something shocking like that. This is a very good hook. I like this. If yes, this paragraph is for you. Next, happiness is a feeling wherein, very fancy word, very correctly used. Happiness is a feeling wherein we experience a sense of pleasure. So notice, this is already definition, very clear definition, right? Sense of pleasure, fulfillment, and other positive emotions. Excellent. Notice this writer knows how to use commas correctly. When we make a list of items, what we want to do is separate them by a comma. Comma, comma, and other positive emotions. And before your last item, you also want to have that comma, okay? That's a good writing practice. Then, scientifically, serotonin, aka the feel-good hormone. Okay, I would avoid such acronyms, okay? If you want to use it, then use acronym like this, aka, okay? But I think it is better to just say also known as. Just write it in full words. Also known as. This is not wrong, but it's just more formal, okay? Also known as the feel-good hormone. Is, oh, very good, comma inside the brackets. This is great, guys. Okay, when you are quoting something and then there's a comma, that should be inside the quotations. Is a neurotransmitter mainly linked to our happiness. Okay, now I am not an expert in this, but I like that. I think the writer knows what he or she is talking about. It makes me feel confident. Furthermore, nice transition, yes. Whenever we get good sleep, have excellent self-esteem, eat something we are craving for. Okay, this for is optional. Okay, you can say eat something we are craving, or are generally in a good mood. Comma, again, perfect usage of commas. Our serotonin level is good. Okay, I would avoid using words like good because they are just so common. Let's try, now I ask you guys, the chat, what are some synonyms of the word good in this case? We're talking about levels, serotonin levels. Why not good? Good? Well, why not good? Because good is such a common word. Good, bad. Let's avoid them. Instead, let's be more technical. Any suggestions, guys?
Well.
Well? Okay, well is an adverb, so it wouldn't work here. We need an adjective. We need an adjective that talks about these levels being good. High. Okay, very good. High. Sapphire, thank you so much. That's a great suggestion. Level is high. Yes, high. Yes. Or, okay, so let's just write down some possibilities. Instead of good, we already had a possibility for high. Excellent. We can also say, how about healthy levels? Healthy. Healthy levels of serotonin, okay? Because we're talking about mental health, right? So you can say, well, what about healthy levels of serotonin? Yes. Another one? What about like sufficient? Sufficient. Sufficient means enough, right? Or another word could be adequate. Okay, adequate. Adequate is another word for sufficient. You know, having a good, healthy levels of serotonin is a great thing, right? And so is our happiness. Very good. I like that. Good job. We all have the ability to control our emotions, and with enough effort, we may develop lifelong habits that will lead to more satisfying and rewarding existence. What do you call this sentence, guys? What do you call this sentence? This is the last sentence, okay? So this tells us that the writer is finished. There's nothing new that they will add. But yeah, concluding sentence, very good, thank you. But also, it is an opportunity to make a prediction. Okay, here the writer is making a prediction about the future. Okay? Now, I am not sure about this part. We all have the ability to control our emotions. Okay, that's a claim, and I hope that it's true. I hope I have the ability. Some people lose their control, right? But maybe instead of all, how about saying most people? Okay, just in case, because if you say all, that means, somebody might say, well, not all, because we have criminals, right? And they do bad things because they cannot control their emotions. So maybe if you say most people, then you will not be criticized. So you can say most people have the ability to control their emotions, right? And with enough effort, we may develop lifelong habits that will lead to a more satisfying and rewarding existence. I like this. It's very good. What do you guys think? Do you like this paragraph? Yes, I also think it's awesome. Thank you. This paragraph makes me happy. Very good. Makes me happy. Very good. Yes. Confident writing and clear writing. Well, if you're just joining us, guys, we are live on Twitch and live on YouTube, and we are streaming from a Discord server called the English Hub, the best English learners hub where you can make friends. It's the best server that I found on Discord, where there are very nice people. And if you haven't joined that server yet, please check the link in the video description and join it right now. And you will be a part of our lesson as well. Excellent. Now we have paragraph number 3. Da-da-da. Drum roll. Ready?
Let's go.
Okay, let's go, guys. I'm new to this whiteboard, so I'm still learning how to operate it. Here's paragraph number 3. Thank you so much for submitting the paragraph. Okay, so again, applause to all of those who submitted the paragraph. Thank you. Let's read it together, first of all, and then we'll get some comments, okay? It says, happiness is an intricate emotional state that stems from sorrow. Misery, regret, and depression are the price we pay for those few ephemeral moments of joy. For without agony cannot exist the ecstasy. Something that every human seeks, but only a few find, because they are foraging for it in the paper. Wow, guys, this is like poetry. This is like poetry. Do you guys agree? Poetry.
Yes, it is.
Wow, very nice. I like this. Let's just see. What can I do with this? Because I don't want to spoil it with my red pen. Okay. I think that it's a great paragraph. The only difference is... Oh yeah, Shao is asking, what is the meaning of sorrow? Sorrow is another word for sadness. Sorrow is another word for sadness. Where is my pen? Sadness. Usually it's the kind of sadness that, you know, when your pet dies or you have to say goodbye to your friend, then we experience sorrow. Wow, these are some very fancy words, right? Intricate means very detailed. Ephemeral means maybe not like mystical, not in reality, but sort of like semi-real. Yes, these are very good words. So I am really happy with this paragraph. I would just say that it is rather short because the rule was 7 sentences. So I would encourage this writer to write more, a little bit more. In addition, I think if this paragraph is submitted for English literature course or English writing course, I think it works really well. If the teacher is asking you for a little bit of an academic explanation of happiness, then the teacher might say, well, you didn't write anything specific, right? So that could be a criticism. I'm not saying that it's my criticism. I'm just saying that it depends on the context, okay? What the teacher wants, what kind of course is this for, right? Because if the teacher is writing, if the teacher is teaching you about using transitions or using the devices such as using a hook, topic sentence, conclusion, then the teacher might say, well, I cannot give you a good mark because I don't see it here. But if it's an academic English literature course and you are writing a reflection about happiness, this is perfect. This is really well done. Let's just see, guys. Do you agree with this writer? Do you understand? First of all, do you understand what the writer is saying? The writer is saying that happiness stems from sorrow. Do you guys agree with that statement or not? Do you think that happiness is a result of sorrow or it comes out of sorrow?
Yes, that's true.
Sure?
Yeah, because as you want to work hard, you're just gonna achieve something better, you know? And so this way you're gonna be happy.
Oh, I see. So you mean we don't know what light is unless we can experience darkness, that kind of thing, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You got the light in the tunnel, right?
The light in the tunnel, yes, the light at the end of the tunnel, right? The light at the end of the tunnel is the full expression. So, which means kind of hope. So happiness, according to this writer, is something that stems from sorrow, and then they tend to focus on the negative. Misery, regret, and depression are the price we pay for those few ephemeral moments of joy. Yes. So also the writer is saying that we have a lot of misery, regret, and depression, but only moments of joy. That means joy doesn't last for a long time. Do you guys agree with that? Or not? What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. Well, I don't know. Maybe that depends on the person. Because most people, I don't know most people. I know many people who seem to be happy most of the time. But maybe that is the expression of the writer. Without agony cannot exist the ecstasy. Okay, very good. Ecstasy, guys. Another word for very, very joyous feeling. Okay, ecstasy. Something that every human seeks, but only a few find. Okay, do you guys agree with this one? Only a few people find happiness?
Yeah.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah, because it is really hard to find happiness in these trying times, especially.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Well, I see. Okay. Well, that's definitely the expression of the writer. So, and it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful English overall, guys. My applause to this writer. So I would say, guys, that you are all making me very happy with your writing, because we've received 3 paragraphs that were very different. Very different, right? Let's look at the first one first again. Okay. Oops. Uh-oh. I'm still learning this whiteboard. Okay, the first one had some grammatical mistakes and so on, but it was very well composed. So again, I would say to this writer, keep writing. Try to make it a daily task. Write something every day. And you will become more confident. For the first writer, I would say that you want to appear as an expert because you are writing something for someone. And that will increase your grades, okay? If you're writing for a course, you have to appear as an expert. And if you're not an expert, please read about the topic so that you can provide expert answer. Okay? Overall, very good. Excellent. Paragraph 2, well, that was a wonderful paragraph. Very sweet. A very sweet paragraph. So thank you for submitting that. We saw devices like a hook, asking a question to the reader, and we also saw a concluding sentence, which is a prediction about the future, also a very good technique to use, and very high vocabulary. We saw a sophisticated academic vocabulary, which is something you want to be using. You want to, instead of good, use specific words, right? But here we have like words like neurotransmitter, serotonin, and scientifically and hormone. Very good. And finally, the third writer was more of a poet, writing about existential issues. And I think this was very beautiful. It's very short. I would advise the writer to try to write a little bit more, unless it's meant to be a short poem. And that's awesome, guys. So thank you so much. Now I want to ask our group here, because I see a lot of people in the chat, for some ideas on what, if you didn't submit the paragraph, right? But if you were to submit a paragraph, what would you write about when it comes to happiness? What is happiness to you? Anybody? Just unmute your mic and tell me.
Achieving your goals.
Achieving your goals, okay. Can you elaborate?
Yeah, sure. So you set a specific goal, and if you achieve it and you make your dream come true, you're certainly gonna feel better, right? So you're gonna be happy.
Okay.
At least for some time. So it's not even about the instant gratification, but in fact, it's still going to be better, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does it make sense?
No, it does make sense. But what I would also ask for is an example. Example, maybe that helps in the writing. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. I will not give you an example because it is too personal.
Okay,
for me.
no problem. No problem. That's great. Okay, anybody else? What is happiness to you? You can just use your microphone. The little things. Okay, Shao says, I think the happiness is in the little things. Yes, and I think that could very well be another legitimate approach to writing this paragraph. You could just say, I'm gonna treat it like, well, not like a joke, but you could say, well, happiness is not so seriously, right? You can just say, well, happiness is, for example, having a pet. Having a pet that you take care of. For example, a little puppy. Puppies give you joy. You have to take them out for a walk. They help you with exercise. And they love you. They always love you, right? So having a puppy might be seen as an example of happiness. Right. So there's a mature approach and there is an informal approach. There could also be a joking approach. For example, happiness is chocolate. You could say chocolate equals happiness, and you can say, give examples of that, right? Okay, I hope that helps. Anybody else want to talk about happiness? What is happiness to you? Very good, yes. Visiting with family is happiness. Very good. Yes, that's so important. Relationships are so important, right? Yeah, I agree. And speaking of relationships, guys, if you are not on the English Hub, the Discord server that I am streaming from right now, you need to join it right now. Just a second, I'll show you how to join it. Here we go. If you are not part of the server yet, I want you to go to my Twitch page right now. Okay, you're going to I'm going to show you the page. And this is my Twitch channel, okay? And underneath here we have Discord server link, the English Hub, okay? You want to join this server for sure, to practice English, making new friends, and just, developing some relationships during these trying times, as we've heard. Also, if you want to support the channel, you can become a fan, you can become a big fan of the channel, or you can become a giant fan. And if you want to buy me a coffee, there's a way to buy me a coffee. You can go to my website, and supposedly when somebody buys me a coffee, something happens on the screen, but I just don't know what it is, because this has never happened yet, if you can believe that. Well, anyway, so here are some ways that you can stay in touch, keep in touch with English Palette. And of course, I always welcome your questions. So if you enjoy this lesson, I trust that next time when I ask for submissions, many people will submit their paragraphs, and we will be talking about writing more. Okay, how did you like the class today? Okay, it was good? Okay, very good. Thank you so much to all the participants. Yes?
Thank you so much, man.
Sorry, Sapphire, did you have any questions? Any last questions before we break?
The last paragraph.
Yeah, the last writing.
You keep quiet for happiness in the paper. So does it really make sense? I didn't think it would totally work out, but I just wanted to know what you thought about it.
Well, I think the paragraph, I don't know if you were here when I was talking about it, but I thought it was a great paragraph, but it was more of a style of a poetry, okay? So it was very serious and poetic in nature. And in that case, it works. So it really depends on your teacher's expectations. If your teacher is just teaching you writing skills and they want you to use proper topic sentence, proper transitions, and so on, then the teacher might say, well, a nice writing, but I cannot give you a grade because you didn't use the techniques that we tried, right? That we are practicing. But it's great writing. It's really great writing. So I would encourage the writer to continue, okay? Continue developing your style, and you are communicating important things.
Did the last sentence really make any sense? Did it add anything?
Yes, I didn't actually, to be honest, I didn't understand the last sentence, so I don't know. What do you think it means? Because they are foraging for it in the paper.
Okay, yeah, you need some context for it. Okay, so I failed to convey that idea. I got it. So actually what I was aiming for is to talk about money and, these papers, properties and stuff. The world currently it runs on these things, right? Computers, digital records. Those are all things.
Okay. So maybe in the paper is not clear enough, because when you hear the paper, it's usually refers to a newspaper. Okay.
Yes, yeah. I was very skeptical about it. Yeah. Thank you.
So maybe you want to just say, in efforts of chasing after money or something like that,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So then maybe that will make it clear. So because they are chasing after money or something like that.
Yes. Got it. Thank you.
Okay. And of course, we are living in times when money is no longer paper. For example, in Canada, money is made of plastic. Did you know that?
Oh yes. When you put under some ultraviolet light, it shines in green color. Yeah.
Yes, Canadian money is made of plastic, and it's very strong, durable plastic, and you can fit more of it in your wallet. And if you bend it, you can, it doesn't crease, and you can wash it in with your laundry, and it's still fine. Yeah. Yeah, you can wash the money. Money laundering. There you go. Money laundering. Oh my. Thank you so much, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and just make sure you choose a role that allows you to be a part of English classes. This way you will get a ping every time a class is starting. And next time, I'm looking forward to getting more submissions from you for writing and in other topics. And if you want to just message me or ask me a question, you can do so anytime. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time on English Palette.
Thank you, you too.
Goodbye, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.